Everyone, Cynthia here. Welcome back to my next process video. Today I'm doing a 12 by 12 layout, still using the kit, the February kit from Kitaholic. So going through the papers here, deciding what I want to use, and thinking that I do like this star paper, but it's probably a little bit too busy to have it as a whole piece, so how am I going to use it? I did have a layout in mind when I started this process. The layout goes through many incarnations on the way and it doesn't end up anything like this, and this is what my initial thought would be, that I'd have two strips down the side and some photos in the middle. So I put the black down, which is what I wanted to use, but I find it a little bit dark, so I and ah around that for a while, deciding how I like it. So now I want to have these three photos here, which are of our boy. We recently went to a festival that was close here in Hobart. So every couple of years they have a big festival called the Wooden Boat Festival, and wooden boats from all around the world come in, and there's lots of activities down on the water, and it's a fantastic day. So we went down there, just having a slushy, as you do, and I snapped a few photos, to say the least, and these are the three that I decided to use in this layout. And I want to have each photo a separate photo, so they're all individual photos, they're not all grouped together. So I'm going through the ephemera here and the cut apart sheet, which some of it I've already cut up, and just putting things into the colours that I might use. So pulling out the greys, the blues, the yellows, the blacks, and there's a couple of red, but most of the red tends to be more on the pink side. I decided I wasn't going to use pink on this layout. I don't mind a little bit of pink on the boys' layouts, but not too much. So I pull this washi tape from my stash, and it's blue, which matches really nice with the blue grey that's in this collection, and it has a bit of a glitter to it and has some stars on it. So once again, I thought it really went well and decided to put a couple of strips down there, down each side. So I put those down, but I'm still finding the two black strips to be just a little bit too dark. But I continue on, having a look at this ephemera to see what I can use. I do like these frames, and I want to use these wood veneer frames. Had these in my stash for a long time. I believe they're a Heidi Swap frame from way back when. So I go through, start to get my clusters together. So I put a grey, blue in each one, a yellow, pop of yellow in each cluster. I think I put a little bit of black and a little bit of red in each cluster. But I just fiddle around while I'm trying to figure that out. Can't seem to get it to look quite right. I know roughly how I want it to look, but getting it to look the way I want it to look is another thing. So I've got circles. I'm trying to think, well, I want to try to put a circle in each page. So I've come back here, this is the next day, and it's sat on my desk for the day, and I've decided, look, I just don't like that black at all. So I'm pulling all that up and going to put down some, just to make a background, some Expedia background, to get out some sprays and put the 3 colours on the background that I'm using. So while this is happening, how has everyone been? Hope you're all well and happy. I hope you've all managed to get a bit of scrapping done, or a little bit of art journaling or painting, whatever it is that you like to do. It was a beautiful day here, so it's coming to the end of our summer here in Tasmania, and today was probably around 26 degrees, and we spent the weekend out on our boat this weekend, which was really nice. Went ashore, did a little fire on the beach, roasted our marshmallows, do all the things you do. It's just very nice. So I didn't have a blue in the colour, or the bluey, no, sorry, it looks like it's the green. Didn't have the green in the colour that I wanted for this, for the background in the spray. So I just pulled out the watercolours, and they actually have a shimmer to them. So once they dry, they'll have a little bit of a shine, which is quite nice. So I know most of that will be covered up, and I'm okay with that. I just want a little bit peeking out from the back and the side. So I go ahead and put all this back together. So as I was saying before, each one has a I'm just distracted by what's happening. I've obviously turned it sideways, seeing whether that will work, and it didn't. But each one has a round element. I think each one has a heart, each one has yellow and the blue, and in the end I put black on there as well. So trying to repeat those elements in each cluster just to make it all look cohesive. Thought about using that heart up in that top banner, but I don't believe I do. I find it's just too big for the space. And saying to myself, now I need something down the side. What can I use? Pull out the sticker sheet that comes with the kit, but there was nothing on there. It had brown on it, and this is black that I'm using, so that didn't work. So while I'm thinking about what else I can do, off screen I'm just starting to stick everything down. I put in a couple of pop dots, and then I use my hot glue gun to glue everything else back down where I want it. So I cut away, and now it's all glued down, all apart from the last little bits. Thought I'd try to get that banner in, that little heart-shaped banner, but that didn't work either, so that goes. Do like those 2 little flowers there, that works out quite nice. After I see my photos now, looking at it, I didn't notice when I was doing it, so it can't be too bad, but I'm finding the photo there on the right a little bit too much of a lean. I probably would have liked it just up a little bit straighter, but as I said, didn't notice it during the time, so I couldn't have found it too bad. I did my usual, as I do. I thought I glued all this down, but obviously not. And I was about to say, I did the usual, do struggle to decide what or how to do my embellishment. but I get there in the end. And I have to say, to be honest, it's not one of my favourites. I am struggling a little bit with the papers in this kit. I think I've managed to get 3 layouts done, and I do have another one there I want to do, but I think my next kits are nearly due, so I might just set it aside and come back to it another time, because I'm really struggling. It's taken me, so this one took me nearly, I would say I worked on it for maybe 4 days. I know obviously not all the time, but I'd sit down, and of course I was struggling so much, I'd only spend 10-15 minutes on it and not going anywhere. But we got there. So I pull out these, what would you call them, rubber puffy stickers, I guess, and I have this one that says be yourself. I liked it but didn't like the spot, so here's the next day again. So I sat on my desk again overnight and looking at it. So I've pulled out the reverse to that star, which I liked it the whole time, but it had pink in it, and as I said, I didn't want pink. So I decided to paint the pink yellow. Now, I'm not perfect with the painting. I'm quite fine that there's bits of pink sort of poking out around the yellow. I'm okay with that. So now I'm just grabbing those strips of paper there and cutting out some of the circles, and I'll use them in my embellishment clusters as well. I saw that the idea to paint, I was watching another member from, I believe she was actually on the club web page, or on the club Facebook page, is what I was trying to think of. She coloured hers in as well. I think it was on that page, or I did see it somewhere. May have just been a random person, but someone definitely has coloured them in it, so it wasn't my idea. That's what I'm trying to say. So thank you to the person that done that. So tucking these half circles in, just scattering them around, just for the pops of colour. Tidying up now, deciding which of these papers that I want to keep and which papers I'm not going to be able to use again. I certainly thought I cut away here. Didn't see me fussing around and cutting all these out, but now I'm going to glue them down. Thought I'd use my hot glue gun, but decided that no, I'll just use normal glue. Right, so back to the title, back to this sticker sheet. I have a look to see what else is on there. Thought I might use this. This is the second layout. I've tried to use this XOXO on, and it doesn't make it. So I'm back to the Be Yourself, which I'm thinking is going to go there. Have a look at the sheet to see if there's anything else, and then I realise there's this fantastic here. So I'm going to cut the Be Yourself in half, and it's going to say be your fantastic self, and I kind of like that. So I'll fiddle around, get this down in the right spot, and as it's been rubber, it tends to move around and get a little bit tricky to make nice and straight. So I fuss around that for a little bit.
Doing that TV, or is that going to cause problems?
just putting the eye down, and this is coming towards the end of the layout, so I grab some of those chevron arrows and put those around, and then I scatter some of the hearts and some of the other little rubber charms throughout the page. And that is pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the layout. Please leave me a thumbs up if you did. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and hopefully you'll come back and watch my next one. Thank you very much. Bye.
No message selected.